let's go ahead and talk about the schedule. So tomorrow, this is recording on a Wednesday. So tomorrow, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the NFL will come out with its full schedule release. But today, they gave us a little bit of a tease. So
Yeah.
all the NFL games that were revealed so far today, let's go ahead and do the international ones here first. So we have Week 4 Falcons versus Jaguars in London. And then week 5, Jaguars versus Bills in London. Week 6 is Ravens versus Titans in London. Week 9, Dolphins versus Chiefs in Germany. And week 10, Colts versus Patriots in Germany. So those are the current international games slated. Those were released today. What are some thoughts on those international games?
Um, First thing is, man, the Jaguars got kind of shafted there. They have to play in London. I mean, I know they're playing playing in London twice, right? Week 4 and week 5. They have to travel back in between both of those. Or are they going to stay over? That is just rough to do to
Oh,
those
I would
Jaguars
assume they would stay there 100%. That would not make sense to
to
travel
travel.
back and forth. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They would have to stay there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, dang, to put them. I would hate that if I'm Jacksonville seeing that. Also, the only other thing is they stole the moment that we've been waiting for since Tyreek Hill left, right? The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill was coming into Arrowhead to play, and they put that in Germany. Come on, schedule makers, you could do better than that. There's so many meaningless games, not meaningless, no game's meaningless. There's so many games that don't have storylines that you can create a storyline moving it to Germany. You don't need to take a pre-existing storyline and do that. That's my two big takeaways. It's they're both negative, so I'm sorry, but man, rough.
No, I'm with you. Let's just touch on that. So I mean that's like the international games. I think are games that should be meaningless. Meaningless. Ravens Titans, that's meaningless. Colts
Yes,
Patriots, that's meaningless. Like those
yes,
aren't fun amped up games. Like so, put them in the international games. I get it. And maybe they're wanting to get like a really good because as far as the international games, the Dolphins and Chiefs is going to be the prime matchup. Like that's by
yes.
far. But we'll see what maybe Jaguars and Bills turns out. Right.
Well, that's
That
true.
could
That
be a
could be
good
really
one.
good too.
But Dolphins and Chiefs for sure we know is going to be is that prime time matchup, right? Out of
Yes,
out of all
yes,
of these. And so, maybe they're wanting to get that international fans. It's gonna be like the first time they're back in Germany, so they want to, do it up and big. And who you can't go any bigger than the Chiefs right now. And then obviously throwing in the Dolphins there, I think they did that purposely, obviously because of Tyreek Hill
sure.
versus Chiefs. But I think that they
Yeah,
totally missed the moment. I think playing in Arrowhead is so much better than just playing against your former team in some neutral
yes,
site. Like that just doesn't have the same feel to it. And so I really disappointed when I saw that this morning when I
yeah,
woke up and saw that. I was like, man, that's the game they have for us overseas over there. It's going to be that Dolphins game. So super disappointed. I'm not a big fan of the international games in general, which is why like I don't mind them, but it's why it's just some random match. I think it should be some random matchup, right? Not like a super quality matchup. Like I said, Colts versus Patriots. That's a blah. That's a blah game, and
yes.
it's going to be played international. Like play it, whatever. Play it at 8 o'clock in the morning, right?
I hate
On
that.
the Sunday or whatever, because it's the time difference, whatever. But I don't, and that's me. I don't care. I don't have to wake up to watch that game because it's just it's a bad game. And I think that's what the international game should be. And I think hardcore, like exciting matchups should not be the international games. But I don't know. That's my take on the Dolphins Chiefs from a Chiefs fan. Very very disappointing. Other than that, I don't really have a problem with those. Like I said, I think that the majority of the international games are just kind of blah. Jaguars, get stuck there for 2 weeks.
Rough.
That's rough, but I mean, if you're already out there, you're already out there, right? So maybe that
Sure.
might work in your favor. When they come back, the Bills are going to have to come out to you. You've already been there for a week. You'll be there for a
That's
full
true.
two. You'll be there
You've
for a
adjusted.
full 2 weeks by the time the Bills by the time you play the Bills. So that could work in your favor, where the Bills are suffering more of the jet lag and you're well acclimated. That might be a competitive advantage. So I'm not. I wouldn't be too upset about that if I were the Jaguars, but it does kind of suck having to be in London twice. But other than that, I think the other games, Falcons, Jags, Ravens, Titans, Colts, and Patriots are exactly what the international games should be. Just blah matchups.
Yeah, yeah. I yeah. Yeah, I agree. Put the ball. It's the worst time slot, right? Early morning. Everyone's got church or sleeping in from the weekend, and it's not. I'm not a fan of international games either. I understand it's good to expand the sport, get the play, get the fans over there interested in it, but don't sacrifice the good games over here to do that.
Yeah, boo, boo. But whatever. Moving on. So we have the NFL's first Black Friday game was
Let's
revealed
go.
as going to be the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. What do you think about that one?
I like it. It's our first one. Put a primetime matchup. Let me see Tyreek Hill and Tua against Aaron Rodgers and the rookies of the year. Like that, I'm excited about that. I've got a little different view, right? The people that the men don't really want Black Friday shopping. It's more the ladies go out now. Now really you can do everything online, so you don't even have to do it. It's on Amazon. They want you to shop online anyway. You can continue build off that Thursday momentum and then get a prime time game on a Friday before the week. I'm all for this. When I heard about this, I was a little iffy last year. Then I seen the matchup, and the more I think about it, I like it. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't see any problem at all with throwing a game on Black Friday. I mean, that's we all have that weekend off anyway, right? We're coming off of a Thanksgiving stuffed, right? I'm not doing anything on Black Friday, so and especially it's even in the afternoon, right? So most people go out, Thursday night or Friday morning. Like a lot of people even have Black Friday sales that start Thursday night. It's not even Black
Yeah,
Friday anymore. We've
yeah,
kept getting they've kept moving it back and back
yeah.
and back and back. I hate Black Friday for a variety of different reasons, but it has nothing to do with football. Um, but so I'm not mad at all about having an extra game there on Black Friday. I think it's great. As far as the matchup goes, I think it's a great matchup, especially the week 12, right? We're going to be towards starting the latter half of the season.
Yes.
So it's the games are going to count more and more, and this is a divisional game. That's what's going to make it even more
Yeah.
exciting, right? Especially depending on where the rankings or standings are at going into week 12. This is going to be a must-win game for either one of these teams who are going to be vying for a playoff spot, and this could be that
Yeah.
deciding factor when it comes down to it. So I think it's great. I saw a lot of people that were mad because it's a Black Friday game that the teams that should have played in there should have been like a team with black jerseys. I like like the Ravens or like the Raiders,
Oh,
have
okay.
like the all blacks or like the Steelers have the all black. Which I mean I get, and that would be kind of cool, I guess. But you can't have both teams in all black anyway. So one
No.
team would be in all black, the other one would be in their away jersey. So it would defeat the purpose anyway
Yeah.
of
And the
being
Jets have all
all
black
black.
uniforms.
The Jets do have all black uniforms, so that could work. They could do the color rush. They could have all black and then the teal color rush
Oh, that looks sweet.
for the Dolphins. That'd be pretty
Dolphins.
baller. So,
I like it. I like
um,
it.
yeah. So yes, I forgot about it. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get too hyped up in black for black jerseys. That doesn't make much sense. Makes
No.
sense, but I don't really care what jerseys
Yeah.
you wear. When you
Exactly.
play, I think the day, the matchup, right? It's the only game on. It needs to be a good game, right? This is the game
Very
that
true.
can't be a blood game, right? This has to be an
Yes.
actual matchup that's worth something. They obviously could have gone a variety of different picks, but I think the Aaron Rodgers Jets obviously are going to hold a lot of weight this year,
Yes.
and so they put this matchup here, and I agree with it. I like the matchup. I
I do
like it a
too.
lot.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think I think it's better matchup than any of the Thanksgiving games we've got in the past couple of seasons, right? Thanksgiving's kind of been going downhill in the game quality because people are watching it anyway because it's Thanksgiving. So way to just give us that pick me up on Friday. So I'm really excited about it actually.
I like it. And then we have a Christmas Day matchup. So there's three games on Christmas, right? This is just one of the games that were released, and it's gonna be Week 16 Giants at Eagles. What are your thoughts on that one?
That's congrats to them for getting a primetime game. I it doesn't do anything to me. I don't know if I'm not an Eagles guy, not a Giants guy. I just think I think that's kind of a game that they probably could have put somewhere else. I like Christmas games. I really do. Green Bay has played a Christmas game the last 2 seasons, and we've dogged out each season. Played crazy on Christmas. It's fun, opening presents and then getting to watch your team play on Christmas. So I'm glad that there's games on there, but they could have done. I think they just could have done a better matchup, I guess. This is kind of blah.
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of like it is a divisional game and it is going to be week 16. So depending on what it's like, it could hold a lot of weight, but it's just one of those things where I'm just not big on the Giants. I'm not big on Daniel Jones. And so I'm not expecting this game, especially the Eagles have just dominated the Giants for the past
Yes.
5 or 6 years. It just hasn't been close. And so I'm just not expecting this one to be close. So hopefully the other Christmas games will be better matchup than this. But I agree with you. I'm just kind of I think the NFL had another miss an opportunity. I know I said I didn't really care about jerseys before, but this time I'm caring about jerseys. The Chiefs and Eagles play red and green for
Oh
Christmas.
man, that would have been
Yeah,
sweet.
you missed it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
missed it. You guys could have had it. We could have had a sweet, cool color rush, red on
Oh,
green for Christmas. But you know
Jets
what?
and Bills would have been
Whatever.
red and
We
green.
miss it. Hey, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do there,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Ugh.
this matchup on Christmas. Hopefully the other two are okay because
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling that.
I'm glad
Yeah, I'm
we
not
agree.
really feeling that. But and then the Week 17 matchup for New Year's Eve, the AFC Championship rematch, Bengals at Chiefs. What do you think about that one?
I think this is great, right? This is going to hold a lot of weight. Both of those teams are going to be in vying for that first round bye, the only one first round bye that there is. And 1 week before the end of the season, I think this, on the holiday, I love this one actually. They've played at about week 17. I think the last 2 years they played week 17 or around there, maybe week 16. My dates could be off, but I think it's just perfect. I think the NFL consistently knocks it out of the park and then strikes out, and then knocks it out of the park and then strikes out. There's nothing else. They're either giving us heaters or it's trash. So I think this is a heater thrown our way.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, honestly, there's so much scheduling. There's got to be, some games that because you play, right? Teams are going to play it regardless. You just got to figure out where to put them.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at, right? But I think this is fantastic. I love how it's towards the end of the season as well, because like you said, that might be the deciding factor, right? 4 seeding, 1 seed,
Yeah.
2 seed, 3 seed, whatever it's going to be. And it's going to be electric, right? At Arrowhead on New Year's Eve. So that place is going to be rocking. We always get great matchups when it comes to the Bengals versus the Chiefs.
Yes.
And so just going into it like that, I think starting the new year with the Chiefs win over the rival Bengals is going to be fantastic.
Crazy.
So
yes.
No, I love that one. So I like when it's when like the deciding games are towards the end of the season, because I mean obviously you can play them at any type of season, it counts, but it just means so much more whenever it's later in the season than it is at the beginning of the season, because the beginning of the season might be 3 or 4, 4-3, 2-2, right? You could just kind of be the records could be similar, and you won't really see those effects play out until towards the end of the year. So at that point, whoever wins or loses, it's not like it matters for sure, but it's not like it's not like a devastating loss or something. Whereas week 17, that will be a crushing, devastating loss, because you can't hope that one team loses another. This is going to be I think this is like the second to last game of the season.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken. So there's only going to be one more game after that, and so you'd have to like hope the other team lose whatever it's going to be. So the fact that it's there means that one, it means you have to be sure that when you get to that point, you have a good record and standing to where the win is going to put you over the top. So I think that's a beautiful scheduling point here, putting that game right there at like the very end of the regular season.
I agree. It's